What is good, family? I am back. Y'all, it has been uh, a grueling 2 months. I have been out because of my back. As you all know, I've had some back issues, but they have really what I want to say, messed with my daily life. And I'm super excited because now I think I have found a solution. I am choosing not to do surgery because I want that to be like my last effort. I don't, that's like, if there's nothing else, I have tried everything. I have tried a chiropractor. I have done stretching. I have done what massages. I have done oh, what do y'all call it with the needles? Acupuncture. I have tried just about everything. I am now in the process of working with a pain management specialist, and I believe we have figured out a solution. So we'll find out Tuesday. The test run we did went very well, and I'll find out Tuesday if this works. So, if you all have a relationship with Jesus, a sister is asking for your prayers because let me tell you, oh, this ear thing is messing with me. Let me tell you, back pain is something different. Like it messes with everything. I did not realize how depressed I was these last 2 months until I tested out what we're about to do next week, and I'll share that with you guys next week. Um, and I had like some temporary relief. Like literally, my whole aura changed. I I was happy. I was not griping at the kids, at my husband. Like real talk, this was everything to me. And so I'm super excited. I wasn't planning to do another live stream until next year, but it was just so much that I wanted to talk about. I know I'm going to have another live stream later this week. I got to check out the kids' schedule, but it's more than likely going to be Tuesday or Wednesday because there's so much I want to talk about. There's so much that's happened in the last, I don't know, 2 months that I was just like, man, I need to sit and talk about that. But I was just not in the headspace for that. It just wasn't me. But today we are back. I have brought out the fine china for our toast this evening. Y'all, I don't know what it is about this, but we got to fix it. Fix it, Jesus. Come on. Maybe we need to. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Um, yeah, my core is showing. We be all right. Look, I done put makeup. I'm ready, y'all. I am ready for tonight. It's been way too long. Um, I have been more active on social media. I took a hiatus off of that as well. I'm just excited. And so today I'm doing something truly different. Um, Not only do we have a guest in the house tonight, but if you look in the description, you will see a link. So if you want to join the conversation, I implore you to click the link and we will have you join and sit and have cocktails and conversations. Tonight, we are talking about Deion, Coach Prime Sanders, the controversy with him leaving the HBCU, how that affects the Black community, everything. And to have this discussion with me, I have my good friend who I grew up with. This is my dog. He is very passionate about this subject, and I just had to bring him on. So everyone, please help me to welcome my good friend Parvin.
What up?
Y'all, this is his aura. This is just Parvin every day, all day. You know what? I have never seen you like ever since I've known you, and I've known you a long time. I ain't gonna tell our
hmm
age. I
hmm
have never seen you like on 10. I've never seen you get upset.
Why get upset? Hell, I ain't gonna win. So I mean,
Well,
just you married now. You figure things out. You pick and choose your battles.
oh, look
So you
at
just
you. You learned a little something.
yeah, I learned a little something. Yeah,
Okay.
it makes it easy on me. Makes it easy on me. Yeah.
I can't. I can't. Parvin, you were a college athlete,
hmm
so you know firsthand what these some of these guys are going through with this. But before we get into that, I totally forgot. We forgot the toast. Now, if you guys are new to my platform, welcome to the Sweet Life with Texas Brown Sugar. I try to help you sweeten up your life with quick and easy recipes, cleaning hacks, also trying to give you some lessons learned from my life and as well as others. And because I want you to be a better person, I want you to sweeten up your life.
Oh,
And every time at the top of the show, we always start out with a toast. Now, tonight, I told y'all, because I'm back, it's been a while, I done brought out the fine china. Look, I done got the stem and everything. Tonight, I am drinking on a white wine, white blend from Empathy Wine. Shout out Gary V. This is Gary V's wine. Very good. I love the white wine and the red wine, but the white is my favorite of his Empathy wines. Very, very good. Pardon, what you drinking on tonight?
I am drinking Weller's bourbon
Oh,
with a little splash of ginger ale, and I mean little. Special reserve bourbon.
bourbon with ginger. You know what? I ain't never
It's called a
ginger
highball
ale.
in Kentucky. It's called a highball in Kentucky.
Aha.
It's called highballs in Kentucky. But yeah,
Okay.
it's good. It's you know, I
Okay.
learned it from the best in the past.
Oh,
Yeah,
best
yeah,
in the best. Now,
yeah.
I usually have like drink recommendations. I, I don't drink the brown, but
hmm
I've been wanting. Have you tried the new Cavassier?
Don't mess with the cognac. I run away from that.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah, yeah, I gave that up probably freshman year of college. One bad
I
night
can't.
turned me the other way.
I can't. I can't.
Yeah, can't do the
Uh,
yak. I'm sure it's good. I'm sure
yeah.
it's probably good. It just ain't for me.
Okay. Well, what are you drinking for on Christmas Day? Give a suggestion.
Oh, bourbon. I'll probably go into my stash then. I got
Oh.
some a Japanese whiskey
Oh, I didn't even
that
know
I keep in
Japanese knew anything about whiskey.
Japanese. I got some Japanese whiskey. I got some other Blantons, which is some bourbon, some good
Okay.
bourbon, and then I got some double oak Woodford Reserve that's downstairs. I ain't cracked it. That's another bourbon.
Okay.
So I'll probably be sipping on bourbon. Probably
Bourbon.
Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, the day after. Probably that Friday too. So but that's
Okay.
me.
Okay.
I kind of
Okay.
got the wife in the bourbons too now.
You did? You
Yeah,
converted
she
her?
start. Man, all the fellas got her converted. So yeah, she kind of like it. So
Okay. Okay.
it's pretty good.
Okay. So what are we gonna toast tonight?
Man, let's toast health, wealth, prosperity, and
Okay.
your back healing up.
I know that's right. I know that's
And your
right.
back healing up.
Cheers.
Yeah, I
Mm-mm.
can't have you Christmas morning ain't been over picking up paper.
Not that I got to pick up the wrapping paper.
Oh man,
Okay,
yeah.
so for those who may have been sleeping under a rug, um, Coach Deion Sanders, also known as Coach Prime, was recently, no, it wasn't recently, about 3 years ago, hired by Jackson State University as a coach. This was a huge deal because, to my understanding, there has never been a previous NFL athlete that became a coach for HBCU. Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay, so this was a huge ordeal. He mentioned that God had brought him forward with this. This was what he, was called to do. Everybody in the community, black community, was like, "Oh, this is great. We can't wait." Blah 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 blah. He has done a lot for Jackson State University. I mean, completely turned the athletic program around. And for those who are not familiar, HBCUs typically have a very difficult time getting money from their alum. They don't usually get a lot of money from their alum like some of the other schools do. And so this was huge. I mean, he got them a new lounge, had them eating very well. They were on American Airlines. Like, he did a lot for them, and he was there for 3 seasons, and he got a deal and ended up moving from Jackson State University over to Colorado. And a lot of people were very upset by the move. And I admit, initially, I was very upset because I felt as if he had let those boys down. But then, as a lot of things started to come out, and I started to talk to my husband, who is a HBCU grad.
T-Bone Davis is what we call him.
Y'all, that's a long,
It's no long story.
long story. Then I shifted my thought process, and I agreed with Coach Prime in his decision. Initially, what was your thought when you first heard it without getting any additional background information?
I was not shocked and was not surprised. Myself, coming from a PWI, being a student athlete, our outlook is totally different than the HBCU.
Okay, so for those who do not know, PWI is a
predominantly white institution.
Yes.
So I was not surprised. I mean, like I said, let me put this out here. I was a student athlete, but hell, I wasn't nothing. You gonna go see a billboards when you get in town, nothing like that. But I was there for a reason. But I was around a lot of people that was on billboards, a lot of people that have hit the ranks of NFL, high coaching ranks, all of that. Mm-hmm. And what he did is what's been going on for years. He has a coaching pedigree to him. I mean, he's been coaching from little league, junior high to high school. Put a lot of kids in good situation to go get full rides to colleges. And I think at the point in time, it was the timing that Jackson State got him because his son was one of the top quarterbacks in the country. He has risen to the level everybody wanted him. And his son was actually committed to one of my friends for the longest down at another university. And when his dad got the Jackson State offer, he let him out of the offer to go with his dad to Jackson State. So I think when Deion got the offer, it was perfect because he still was able to coach his son. Mm-hmm. His son was ready to go play high-level football. And he turned down playing in like a big Power 5 conference before this to play at an HBCU that people don't even talk about. So I get there are emotions that are attached to this. You know, HBCU love is totally different than HBC. It's totally different than what you're going to ever see because people don't love you like they do at HBCU. The culture is genuine. And I think people know the struggle of what it is to get to the top. And they take it to the heart. And, you know, timing is everything. And this was the time he did what he supposed to do when he got there. But we can talk about that as we go. But that's my piece to start off. So
Iceberg Slim said, all facts. Salute. JS,
Slim.
You lost a gem.
Yeah, no doubt.
So why weren't you surprised when he announced it that he was going to be leaving?
I wasn't surprised because, I mean, what more can he do in 3 years? He came into JSU during COVID. The season was canceled. Then they played in the spring. He went 7-4. Next year, which is last year, he went 11-2. Made it to the Celebration Bowl, which is the Black College National Championship, and won the SWAC. Turn around this year, ain't lost yet. Won the SWAC and playing for the Black College National Championship. So my thing is, what more can you do when you only have lost 5 games in 3 seasons?
That's major.
And at the same time, if you look at, I pulled this up today because I knew I was going to talk about this tonight. So in the last, just say 10 seasons. So I'm starting from like 2010.
Okay.
2010, they went 8-3, 11, 9-2. 7-5 in 2012, 2013, 8-4. So they had a pretty good run. Then it fell off. They went 3-8 for 3 years in a row, 5-5, and they was 4-8 in 2019, the year before he got there. So he went from 4-8 to 4-3 during COVID, kids being out, all that, and then from that point, 2-time SWAC championship back-to-back. Coach of the year, son, coach of the year. Played in national championship, lost, and right back in it, and still ain't lost. Only game he has lost in the last 2 years is the national championship game. So,
well, a lot of people are saying he left the Black community. You say that there was nothing left more that he could do, but a lot of people are saying he left them. He left them in the wind, that he should have stayed longer. That they believe he could have done more.
Okay. So my question is, as a coach, you have a head coach, you wear a lot of hats. A lot of hats. You got the budget, you got the players you got to worry about, promotion, everything. I mean, he was ingrained in the community. Period. Just, there's no way around it. He really sold Deion, but my thing is, everybody knew who Deion was, what his persona was when he got there. When he walked in the room, he grabbed attention. And that's what he does. And there's a reason why he said if he called himself Deion Sanders off the field in his prime time when he steps on the field. He's two different people, and he brings something that you can't coach, you can't give nobody. It's just something I think you are born with that type of swag. I guess you call it swag or whatever. In general, of the community, one person is not going to change no community. One person can help the community get better, bring resources, and I think he done that. He brought some other resources because, man, how has a HBCU get college game day? How you get college game day? How you get all your games on TV, even if it's ESPN2 or ESPN Plus. And last but not least, here's what people don't get. HBCU ate off of him because if you look at his schedule and you talk to anybody around the program, it's funny how every away game they got is homecoming. All the tickets are sold out. All of that.
Man,
So,
when they came to Houston not too long ago,
sold
I tried
out,
to get a
wasn't it?
ticket. It was like they were
Yeah.
scalping tickets like we was at a concert.
That's what I'm saying. So
And any other time, Texas State University, I could easily get a ticket.
yeah, So Texas Southern. Texas Southern.
Texas Southern.
Yeah,
Excuse me.
Texas. No, you all right. You all right. I could maybe didn't get you after the show. You didn't do it right. But here's what I'm saying. He's brought light to areas of HBCU that wasn't no light to it.
Mm.
Just resources, just attention. However, I get how people feel in HBCU because one thing you don't do with our peoples, play with church, play with the God, and bring it into something that you do. So that is, that's that. But man, black coaches, if you want to make it to the ranks and make money, wearing out your stay is not the way of it. 3 to 4 years is your max at a school. You need to go to another school. And
Well, do you think he set it up so that they can still be successful, or he just like left and everything got cut off? Because I mean, they had a lot. Like they were I believe one of 2 schools where they had a new helmet every game day. A new helmet. Some people can't even afford one helmet.
Okay. How you think they got that? Resources. He was a resource. He got them in the right places. The owner of Under Armour come and talk to the team and releases new shoes to the team to try out. So things like that are resources, but at the same time, you got to take advantage of what's in front of you. Because one thing, I don't know if you ever noticed this, if a black coach, if he gets a Power 5 job, it's in the bottom barrels when he get it. It's never set up for success. He has to build it, bring in the players, and then they don't give you nothing but 3 years to fix it. So either way you look at it, he's risking a lot.
Well, I mean, a lot of people are saying he's not going to be successful in Colorado, and he should not have left because he was on top. And going to Colorado, he's not going to be as successful because the program it was with a black coach, and now he's replacing that coach, and that he's not going to get anywhere. I mean, there are people hoping for his downfall. Like, I thought that was a bit out of pocket. Like,
that's emotion.
Come on,
that's emotion. Like I told you, emotion over intelligence. That's what emotions is. Mm-hmm. Secondly, what if he said he didn't want to take Jackson State when it was 3-4 the year before he got there? Yeah, you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I feel like, and I get where people come from, but people got to understand this. They used him the same way. And he's being used because he did what he's supposed to do. He brought a JSU back on top. He rebuilt the brand. The brand is Everybody know who JSU is. I ain't saying they didn't, but it's on front page. It's on ESPN. They talking
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah.
And at the same time, he got the brand built back up, and he also, most important, he got people to show their love and support for JSU on a bigger stage. Man, because hey, you think when they was 3 and 4, Rick Ross and Young Dolph and all them was coming to the
Snoop
game to see
Dogg.
Snoop Dogg was coming to see him for, man, you had Troy Aikman at the game coming to see, coming to see them play. But so I get where they're coming from. They should have emotion. They should be upset because he left, because that's your school. However, don't do it on the fact because you think he left you high and dry just because you are black. Because if a white man do it every day
Hmm.
in the Power Five, real quick to go to the next thing. And I don't think there's nobody at Jackson State that's going to take a career opportunity, go from making $50,000 a year to $150,000 a year. They're not going to pass that up. So, I mean, the end game is you need your money. You need to support your family. And either way it goes, he's going to bring up new coaches going to come up out of this in this pipeline.
So, do you think he's gonna have anyone go over with him from at least from the staff?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He's already got a couple going. I mean, I don't think the staff is really complete. From what I'm reading, like I said, I'm not on the inside, but at the same time, I think there's some. I mean, he had one of the best staffs, probably,
Hmm.
if not in the country. I know in HBCU
Really?
for
Okay.
sure. Oh, he had a strong staff of coaches, very strong. I mean, past NFL experience, like past coaching experience, they all of that. So I don't think that's the issue. Like he got coaches going to get jobs even if he don't take them. He has
Mm-hmm.
enough staff on his staff that could stay there and still lead that team, and they keep progressing.
Okay. Okay.
Because there's some kids that transfer to Jackson State that can't transfer no more unless they graduate. So, what I'm saying? They already had that one free transfer, so now they have to get an exception. So there's a lot of things that's built in it. Everybody think he's just gonna take all the kids, but it's not like that. You
Like
gotta,
that. Mm-hmm.
once you transfer, you gotta sit there. Unless you got an exception or graduate, and then you can go to another school.
So, for those of you who are just joining us, welcome. If you look in the description, there is a link for you to join us if you want to. We would love to have you on, bring on your 2 cents about this controversy. I know at least a lot of the black community are very upset about this, but we're just having a straight up conversation. Have our cocktails with us. Make sure that you like and subscribe. That will help my channel out immensely. I love doing this stuff. It is my joy, and hopefully you are gaining something from this conversation. Maybe it has opened up your mind, not necessarily changed it, but maybe opened it up a little bit. We appreciate each and every person. We also have Southwest is sponsoring us today. And so, if you need to hop on a plane to join your family for Christmas, check out Southwest Rapid Rewards. Maybe you needed a vacation bay for the holiday. You got an extended vacation. Y'all want to go somewhere? Check out Southwest Rewards. Click the link in the description. Back to the topic at hand. There was a lot of things that were said. I don't have the clip, but there was a clip where Deion, Coach Prime, was made a comment that part of his payout was ticket sales, and that he sold out a lot of stadiums, and that they were reporting that only about 50% of what actually was in the stadium was there, and that prevented him from getting some of his money. Also, it sounded like, what his vision was for the athletic program was not the same vision that Jackson State had, down to, like TV rights. And so I think that also helped kind of pushed him over the edge as well. In addition to the money, was that they had two different visions for the athletic program. And so, that was kind of disheartening. I hear, and I have not seen it yet, but I hear that the president of Jackson State has basically come back and clapped back. Have you seen that?
I heard a little bit about it, but I haven't seen it. You know, money, us. It's it don't go well at times, depending on who it is. And I mean, like I said, I never went to one game. I watched a lot of games. But hey, I know it's been full just
Mm-hmm.
about every single game,
Mm-hmm.
and they've always been a school that's in the top 10 when it comes to attendance every
Yeah.
year, and win or lose. So if they were selling out like that, you know, I ain't at that table, so I really don't have my 2 cents is probably nothing they want to hear. I mean, if the man say he didn't get his money, the man didn't get his money. I mean,
But I mean, this is nothing new for HBCUs. It's been known. Sorry, not sorry, but it's factual that
yeah,
they have many times misappropriated funds.
correct.
A lot of people are upset about that, indicating that, maybe that they should, you know, hey, you did the crime, do the time. And a lot of them are getting away with that. And I am very upset to hear that about my people, because how do you expect us to move forward? And I understand, a lot of people were putting a lot on Deion's shoulders to basically be, and we in the Black community have a problem with this, that we always are expecting one person or a few people to be the hero to carry all of us as a community to greatness. And I think that was also an issue here, was that everyone wanted him to be our hero. And when he had this success and then he was like, okay, I'm out, they felt like he was, he sold out and he didn't help us. But they failed to realize all that he has done. And I think there's also an issue because we as Black people sometimes don't want to see others progress, and we kind of hate because they're doing better than what we expected, and they're not doing what we expected them to do, that they're not staying because that's what we expected them to do. And we fail to realize that he is a human, he is a person, he has a family, and that he himself wants to be successful and to rise. I also wonder, you talked about how Jackson State, like, gained a lot from him. Like, they got a lot. But what did he get from Jackson State? Because he had never coached at that level before.
I mean, I feel like what he got from Jackson State was experience, to learn how to, you know, be able to deal with the politics of a college head coach.
Mm.
I mean, because you not only do you have to be able to, how can I say it, mix with your just team and internal staff, presidents, AD. Man, you gotta be a handshaker in the room when it comes to dealing with politicians and boosters. Because you think about Jackson is the um, is the capital of Mississippi.
Mm-hmm.
So you think on a daily basis who he's talking to and what he's dealing with on a daily basis to, you know what I'm saying, just put the school in front just like you putting him. Now, who you hired is who you gonna get. It's still Deion at the end of the day. You're not gonna take that away from him because that's just what he is. That's how he got to where he's at.
Well, I
You
mean,
know,
there are some people in the community saying he's he's done some HOE type stuff before, and they didn't expect anything less from him. They thought this was a tool move, and they were like, "Oh yeah, I expected him to do that." You know?
I mean, he did come through the door with like saying a 10-year plan.
Okay.
Okay, like he said God sent him there. Okay, I don't question nobody's conversation or
You
whatever.
and me are on the same page
If
about
you,
that.
yeah, if that's what God told you, that's you and him's conversation. I'm not
Exactly.
gonna say they did or didn't.
Yeah. Yeah.
Secondly, you know, I mean, if he gave you a plan, yes. Should you hold on to what a head coach is winning is going to say he gonna do? Because flip side, as quick as he would have been losing, they probably would have fired him just as quick to bring another coach in. So you got to look at both sides. It's just,
Yeah.
I just, I just think, I mean, the AD knew what he was doing.
Mm-hmm.
Because I just learned this: the AD that hired AD, I mean, excuse me, the AD, which is the athletic director that hired Deion to come to Jackson State and turn it around, was the same AD that hired the head coach at FAMU that turned that around. He also hired another coach I think a Mississippi Valley State that did pretty good. He turned. So those are three coach positions that he had hand in retire as of hiring. Now I can tell you this: the Mississippi Valley State head coach, he just left to go with Deion to Colorado.
Mm-hmm.
That's the
I
HBCU.
saw that.
The head coach at FAMU, his name was up for like South Florida, FAU, and a couple more jobs. So I'm sure if he would have got the opportunity, he probably would have looked at it because at the end of the day, I don't care what nobody's talking about. Money talks.
Hmm.
You got family to take care of. You trying to build generational wealth and a security for your family. So I
And
mean,
his children actually were really
all his family
involved.
moved to Jackson. I mean,
Yeah,
they was
yeah.
all
They
in.
really supported him, and I
Man,
was
they was
proud to see that. And I was proud to see that they weren't like some of these other celebrity children and just sitting on their hands and not
nah.
doing nothing. Like
They
they were involved.
Man, he got a daughter that plays basketball there. He got two sons on the football team. His I don't know if you call it wife, life partner, whatever she is. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
Like
we
I
got
said, she
time for
got her.
combo about
Yeah,
that.
yeah, that's a whole other conversation about that, but we ain't going
Uh,
into that. His mama, everybody. But hey, if you look at that sideline every game, you don't think that Deion is not the reason them people are there.
mm,
I mean, you gotta give credit where credit is due
agree.
and point fingers when it's wrong. And I feel like, out of all the good somebody does, we, us, is gonna find the smallest thing wrong to bring more light to it.
Yeah. Okay.
And it's just, Man, it's one of them things. It's just, you know, and behind closed doors, you don't know what was agreed upon.
Very true. Very true.
And
And
some
I
people
will
might
say,
be on their end.
he's been, surprisingly quiet about a lot of this. And I think he has a lot that he could say but chooses not to, and I respect him for that. Sometimes you don't have to air out all the dirty laundry. You know what I mean?
Hey, but you gotta think about it. Deion, his kids, his family, they have been in front of the limelight and camera
True.
as long as they get, especially his kids, ever since they've been born, they've been in front of their camera. So they know how to turn it on, turn it off.
True.
They know how to
True.
deal with the the outside noise.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? You gotta keep some things in house, and sometimes it's not even worth fighting. I promise you, it's not even worth fighting. And I think people would never tell everything that he did. I'm telling you, he put Jackson State in a good place
Mm.
to be successful moving forward. But here's my thing: all them people that's talking about it, like, man, Jackson State got a big alumni. Just think if 60,000 people gave $100 every game, a donation.
Mm.
Where would the school be at these last 2 or 3 years he been there? Well, you know what I'm
Facts.
saying? And
Facts.
I mean, like I said, I could give back more to my university, and I don't do as good as I should. But I mean, one thing I can say about a PWI boy, hey, boy, they got endowment. If they ain't got nothing else, they got some endowment, and that's
Oh,
where
do they?
man, that's where we drop the ball and stuff. We don't give back
Mm-hmm.
enough.
We
We
don't.
don't give back enough because there's a cost to doing business, no matter how you look at it.
Yeah. And
And
that goes back to they looking for him as a superhero. But what about you? What are you doing?
what are you doing? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Like we could sit here and talk about this all night long.
all night,
I
all night.
you know how we do. But to close this out and kind of wrap it up, what does the future for Jackson State look like?
I,
JSU.
and I'm gonna keep saying this because I didn't go to a HBCU. I live in a city where it's a lot of HBCUs. So I live in Nashville, Tennessee. There's 3 HBCUs on the same street:
Mm-hmm.
Miss Tennessee
Yep.
State and Meharry Medical School. All of them have the same feelings about their school that JSU has.
Mm.
And us coming from PWIs, we would never have that type of feeling toward our school or even get it back. Period.
No, no. And I
We'll
will
never.
admit, being at a PWI, I wish I had that love
Yeah.
like
Oh, hey,
they did. I will
man, I
admit
get
that.
jealous. Hey, let me tell you, I envy them. I get jealous when homecoming comes around
Mm-hmm.
because it ain't nothing but love.
Yeah,
Everybody happy to see each other.
yeah.
They, you know what I'm saying? And it don't stop with homecoming. It's always that. They really do take care of each other. However, there's a lot of stuff we do as people, you know, tuition short for the 100 students, or housing ain't, they ain't got enough housing. And, you know, I kind of budge at it because I ain't never had to think about that being at a PWI. I ain't
Right,
never had to
right,
worry about sitting in line,
right.
what I'm saying, to get my classes. I'm
Mm-hmm.
not saying above doing that. It's just resources make a difference. And when you give back, those type of hurdles get eliminated as you go on. So all I'm gonna say is I think that Jackson State is in a good place. Jackson State really needs to hire from internally out of their staff that's there,
Mm-hmm.
because there's going to be a lot of players that's not going to be able to leave or go back in the portal. That's going to have
Okay.
to stay. And I
Okay.
feel like they got some good pieces there to keep going. And man, you're in a recruiting ground. You got Texas, Louisiana, Mississippi, Florida already there that you can recruit from.
Mm.
So I ain't gonna sit there and say you're gonna get another 5-star, However, with the portal, you might get some transfers that was a 5-star that might come to your school
Yeah.
because I remember the 5-star that was there, Travis Hunter. They asked him what sold him to come in to a JSU, and they said, "Was it Deion?" He was like, "Yeah, that was part of it." But he said, "What was the main reason you got here?" He said, "Man, I was here for homecoming, and I fell in love."
Yeah.
Because you ain't gonna get no experience like that no other
Yeah.
place but going
Yeah.
to a HBCU. Ain't nothing like homecoming. Ain't nothing
Nothing
like
like it.
October in HBCU. The month of October is probably the best part of the year. I'm gonna tell you. So I mean, I think they're gonna do great. I think they're gonna succeed. I think people just got to get out of their feelings about some things and move forward. Cause the
Yeah.
more you keep harping on it, it ain't gonna help it. He gone. He ain't coming back. That he gone. He gone. He ain't coming back.
He ain't coming back. Let's move
He
forward.
yeah, what they said, shoot the deuces. He gone. He gone. He is gone. He gone. And
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
you knew
I
what you
mean,
was there.
it's lessons learned, y'all. Let's learn from these lessons. I mean, hey, he's already said his vision for the school was not, their vision.
Hey, what if he
Let's
would have
let's
stayed and said, I need this dollar?
and how long did we expect him to stay? You know, I mean, I
Man,
wish nothing but the best for Jackson State University, and I pray that they learn from this situation because there's a lot of lessons to be learned.
hey,
And
he
those
was
who attend HBCU, I hope this pushes you to donate a little something something, because y'all know
no,
what it was like
no,
to sit
say,
there in
hey,
those long lines, not get your financial aid, not have housing readily available. Like, resources are strapped for a lot of the HBCUs.
agreed. I think we all should, me, myself, even living here where it's 3 TSU, I probably should donate myself just
Mm,
cause it's black,
okay.
support it. I mean, like I said, that was a big impact to that neighborhood. You think about it, you got 60,000 people coming to a stadium in the black community every
Mm,
weekend. A lot
yeah.
of people was
I mean, they didn't
build
even
they
have good running water for a minute.
man
Don't
and
get me started on that.
walk around with a funky ass all day. You know what I'm saying?
Not
walk around,
funky.
walk around funky all
Hey, and
day.
during that time, he made sure that
And
his
let them know.
team was set, and they didn't have to worry about nothing.
Yeah, he made sure he got. Like I said, any
They
other
can
coach
wash
would be
their
able to
butt.
make it happen. Any other coach might not be able to make that happen. He had them set up like, all right, this ain't no distraction. We're gonna focus on this. Keep
Mm,
going.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Let me handle these bullets for you. I
yeah.
got this.
In the long
So,
run, let's celebrate his successes. Let's wish him much luck, love,
boy, you gonna get
and
some comments on this one.
oh, I know I am. I know I am. But
Everybody in
we
HBC,
gotta move forward. We
you
gotta
got
move
to.
forward.
But
He has set the bar, and he set it kind of high. He's given them the formula.
man, he gave you a blueprint,
He gave the blueprint. Jay-Z blueprint.
man.
Let's let's take that blueprint and move forward with
Oh
it.
man, just you got a lot to
Forward.
work with.
And hopefully, I'm hoping that this also opens the door for other previous athletes to come into the HBCUs and help turn their programs around.
But yeah, no doubt.
I
I
mean,
mean, like I said, I live in the H.
it's done so much.
I'm
Done
in the
so much.
HBCU house. My wife graduated from the HBCU, so man, me and her done had some conversation, and
Mm,
you know, she made a comment the other day, and she said, "I see what everybody is talking about. I get it," but she said, being around me and taking her around some other people that I know is in the football coaching and way up, she said, "I get what they missing too.
mm,
It's a man, it's a stress. Man, if people knew what a football head coach has to go through, or man, you take the bullets for everything in that program.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
you know, I mean,
Well,
but
shout out to Deion. We wish you nothing but much success. We wish Jackson State University and all the HBCUs much success. You know, I was hoping that he would be able, you know, to coach that last game, but it sounds like
oh no,
JSU
no, he's
doesn't want
coaching.
him there.
No, he's coaching.
Oh, he is gonna coach. Okay.
Yeah, oh yeah, he's
The
coaching.
last I read that they weren't
Now,
they weren't
now the
looking
players
to
were
let him
like, no,
coach.
he's coaching.
Good, 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 good.
Yeah, the players spoke up.
So that's gonna be a huge turnout too, knowing that
No,
that's
it's
gonna be.
already sold out. The
Oh,
Celebration Bowl, 2 years in
yeah,
a row. Two
yeah,
years in a row.
yeah. Well,
And hey, the thing is, hey, remember this, man. You can't stay that high for long. Cause next year,
mm,
if he goes 9-2, he ain't going to the Celebration Bowl, and he probably ain't gonna win the swag. And then they probably gonna talk about, oh, he let us down this year. You get what I'm saying? It's
yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah,
but
yeah.
uh,
Well, again, thank you, Parvin, for joining me tonight as I celebrate me coming back from a hiatus.
got a bad
This
back.
was lots of fun. Join me. Make sure you join me next week. Make sure you hit that subscribe and that like button, as well as that little bell, because the bell will let you know when I am planning to go live again. It's gonna be another time this week because I got so much to talk about. But we do this every Sunday evening. I can't wait for you guys to see what we have next. Make sure you check out Southwest Rewards. And if you feel compelled to help the show out, cash at me Texas Brown Sugar with no O. And we will catch you all next week and later this week. All right, I'll see you guys. Thank you so much. See y'all.
Peace out.